Right, assalamu alaikum everyone and welcome back to Pepe video update today. So Pepe zoomed out like this looks something that is almost like a consolidation on a higher time frame, isn't it? You're just moving sideways. You don't have too much going on. It's just that the lower time frames are way too noisy. And let's actually do check the lower time frame. Yesterday we talked about this little bit of support that Pepe had, and if we actually did take out 9,730, it could have actually dropped all the way down to 8,611. So you have your support here and move up, your one support there, you moved up, your one support here, you moved up, and again you had the touch right there and you actually moved up once again. So this support is pretty much held, and I'm going to actually bring it once again. I'm just going to remove the old drawings right there, and here you are. Now what happens next for Pepe? Is Pepe still strong enough or what? Let's actually check it out this way. You're still under the 55 EMA on the 4-hour time frame. You have your bear cross right here, and as far as I'm concerned, you're just pumping all the way back up to the resistance again of the 10 and the 20. You could actually go as far as the 55, maybe just cross the 55 just a little bit, the way you did one time here, and you went down. One time right there, you went down, one here again, and then you went down. You can actually touch it once again to 12,000 and then try to drop it down as well. Now here's the thing, I personally don't really know if Pepe wants to continue to climb, and even if Pepe does climb up, I will not be surprised at all. Okay, I'm not going to be surprised at all, but I might say there's a pattern here, and this is the only thing that really makes sense, which is almost a right angle ascending broadening wedge. Okay, we can actually do Google of right angle ascending, I'm just gonna have to write the whole thing, right angled ascending broadening wedge. And this is unfortunately a pattern that is bearish, and if I show you that one right there, it's the basic idea is the support is pretty flat and the resistance is ascending, so it creates that angle of a right angle, and it's also ascending, and that's why it's called like that. And it looks like this, and this is what I think Pepe really has. Okay, this is the closest thing according to my research. So basically this whole thing, it takes me hours, guys. Always like the video, I always tell you this, it takes me a lot of things to bring the best out there from what other people are not telling you. But the thing is that it does seem like Pepe is basically printing out something very similar to that. And if I show you Pepe, you can see boom, 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 and support, which is actually right. So this does look pretty valid to me. Reason, you do have 1, 2, 3, right? 3 touches right there, and you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It takes 3 touches to make a trend line. So this trend line here does look like a resistance, does look like your support. And let's actually now say that if you start to pump back up, then you may be looking at Pepe moving up to 21,495, right? As long as you don't lose 9566, then that's the only thing that really makes sense. If you're not going to start to drop, then the next move is basically up here, and we might actually see this thing going up 84%. Now if you start to go down to 9566, that means you're breaking below the pattern right now, and you really want to listen to this one carefully. You haven't broken the pattern just yet, even though this is a bearish pattern, but it's not really broken. So as long as you're not going to break it, it's just there, it's just floating. And if you start to break below, retest, fail, let's talk about the next drop. That's going to be from the top to the bottom, and you do have probably a move down to 6,334. Okay, now say whatever prayers you know, and hope, cross your fingers and just hope that it doesn't really break down, and you may have a nice good pump all the way up here. And that's all for the video, and I'm going to see you in the next one. Allah Hafiz.